Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you would be fine. This is Ms. Sidra Kashif representing MSK Linguistics Center from Pakistan, Karachi, being a moderator, proprietor, plus EFL and IELTS instructor. Today it's my honor to have Miss Lyla Aamir from Belgium. She is Itzilo and English language instructor and educator. We are gonna discuss about the topic bridging the gap between real world English and business communication. So this topic is about to become really fruitful to all of you, whether you are an educator or a learner. If you are connected till the end. So let's get started. Hello, Miss. Warm welcome to you.
Hello, Miss Sidra. Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be a part of this call. And I feel like it's a wonderful initiative that you have started. And it's great to be here.
It's my pleasure, dear, to have discussion relevant to the hot trending topic. So it can be become very good for our audience. It's all about the awareness
I
relevant to today's era.
ex- Exactly. I feel like this is a very pertinent topic, and it's people are gradually coming towards this side, especially in Europe. I'm really glad that's happening because I am a person who, um, I'm not very good with other languages. So English language is my forte. So I'm really glad that people in Europe are coming towards this. International companies are leaning towards this. So that's a good thing for me as well.
Indeed, it is. So I have designed a few of the questions relevant to our topic. If you allow me, so I would start.
Yes, please go ahead.
First of all, we have to start from the very common issue or the confusion relevant to real world English and business communication that people are worried about relevant to it, that whether to go for real world communication or business English communication, which one is good to adopt and what's the distinguish between them.
Right, that's a very important question. And when we talk about real world communication, I feel like it's a very broad term, right? It's basically focuses on fluency and it focuses on accuracy. Whereas when it comes to business English, it is very purpose driven. It focuses on particular targets to be achieved within a short within a particular frame of time. So I feel like the difference between the two lies in the intent and the context. So if you want to achieve fluency and accuracy, so we can focus on real world communication, as you say. But when it comes to business English communication, it has to be very purpose driven. So it focuses on particular targets. For example, when provide language trainings here in Brussels, you see it's a very multicultural city. So here we focus on the individual requirements of the trainees. So they focus on negotiation training, presentation training, vocabulary to be used in a particular business context, depending on the industry that they belong to. So it has to be very, very purpose driven. So that's the difference.
To
So
be
while real world
careful about formal and informal.
Exactly. So the one of the most significant things is the difference between formal and informal communication. So business English, even before I entered this field, I had no idea about the vast difference that exists between colloquial language and business English. So it's worlds apart. So when it comes to business language, you have to focus on particular vocabulary, particular phrases that have to be, for example, we avoid using contractions in business English, whereas it's very commonly used in general acquisition of language. So that's the difference. So this is where the business the real difference lies. So real world English basically expresses ideas, and business English executes them. So that's how you would, that's the crux of it.
Real world is all about slang language to be communicated in informal ways rather than formal way. We don't care about it, and we use contraction forms in it. If we talk about business
Exactly.
English, so it's all about formal English to not use contraction forms.
Yeah,
Especially rather than using contraction forms, you have to just deliver your ideas or ask queries in very clear and concise ways.
exactly. So it has to be very it has to be quite summarized. It has to be consistent, and it has to be very it must be very target driven.
Hmm. I agree with the point as you described relevant to choosing the words or vocabulary to be conscious about it that whether it's formal or informal.
Exactly. And it's also very broad because as I teach individuals from so many different industries, so all of them have different requirements. Some of them only want to understand the accent of different countries. Some of them really just want to focus on negotiation as they deal with different clients. Some of them just want to learn presentation skills. So it's as I said, it's basically a very focused. It is not broad at all. It's very narrow. You have to narrow it down because the lack of time, when we talk about business professionals, they have a very limited time, so you cannot focus on everything. So that's how it is.
I agree with that. So let's discuss about the very general topic relevant to employees. That what are some dynamic ways to adopt it to transform general employees to be highly professionals in a certain time duration.
Oh, that's a wonderful question, and I think that's very central to my work as a trainer. I have developed so many techniques over time because in the beginning it's just trial and error. You keep trying different strategies. Some of them work, and some of them don't. So I think over the years I have really I wouldn't say mastered, but I have tried to mold my strategies over time, and it varies from the kind of projects that I get. So my projects basically combine three strategic pillars. So they first of all, I focus on needs analysis, which is one of the most essential parts when it comes to business language training. And secondly, it has to be
Hmm.
contextualization, because it must be focused on the kind of industry that the individual belongs to, the kind of requirements that they have in a particular environment. And finally, it is reflective practice to see the effectiveness of the training. It's really essential to have a reflective practice. So, what I do is first I conduct a needs analysis. It basically takes into account the understanding of learners' industry, their role, their communication objectives. For example, if an accountant in Brussels, um, he might be struggling with presenting financial results in English. So I tailor activities around reporting and client meetings. So I would focus on, first of all, I would take into account the time that he has, the kind of individuals that will have to face, and the kind of things that he would be presenting. And I would, by taking that all in context, I would be providing him with aids such as the grammar, the kind of vocabulary, the kind of phrases, especially in the formal context that he can use. So needs analysis has that always has to be the first step, and it is it can be very broad. I mean, it really varies from person to person. The kind, you can assess every person differently. And then
Hmm.
secondly, it has to
Hmm.
be contextualized learning. So um,
Hmm.
it has to be related to the field that individual comes from. For example, I design
Yeah.
simulation exercises, case studies, role plays. particularly in order to mirror real life situations. So I feel like learners learn immediately, when they face situations that they might have faced in real world actually. So they immediately apply language to authentic contexts. So I think that this really accelerates professional growth, and I feel these are one of the
I
most
think it's
helpful
all about,
techniques.
sorry to interrupt you. I think
Sorry.
it's all about, sorry to interrupt you.
No problem.
Okay, I want to say that I think you want to say that it's all about evaluation. Initially, you just evaluate them. After that,
Exactly.
you judge them professionally and also emotionally. That what
Exactly.
are the lacking areas? On that, you just work on it and you
Exactly,
give
that's very right.
professional trainings.
Exactly, but it has to be very contextualized. Contextualization is very important because every training has to be tailored individually for each trainee. So, I mean, I personally train individuals from such diverse backgrounds, be it pharmaceutical industry, banking, chemical industry, and it could be anything, any industry that you think. So it has to be really contextualized. So I feel like it's a mutual learning process. I learn from them
It is.
about their industry as much as they learn from me.
That's the thing. So true. We also learn while training because
Exactly.
they belong to diverse background, which really help us out to communicate with them, to just understand their criteria or the things which they face
Exactly.
or the tradition they belong to and the skills they have. Sometimes we learn from them.
Exactly. I feel like I always call it a mutual learning process.
That's great. So, what would you like to say about the feedback or reviews? How could business English be really effective to give someone a review or feedback for the
Right.
product or service?
I think
Either
that's a
it's
very,
verbal or
yeah.
written.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very essential question, especially when it comes to business English. You are expected to be very professional, and yet you are not supposed to be rude or sound, aggressive at all, especially in the professional context. So,
There is
in
internet connection issue.
oh, can you
Could
hear
you
me now?
please start your answer again? Yeah, I can hear you. Did you hear
Okay.
my question?
Yes, yes, yes. I did. I understood your question.
Okay, now you may start.
So I said it's a very essential question that you are asking because it is very pertinent to what I do, because being very professional and not to sound rude or aggressive is very essential when it comes to the professional context. So it's very essential to provide trainees with phrases or vocabulary uh, to make them sound empathetic and professional at the same time. So, in my experience, the effectiveness of this kind of communication basically lies in tone management and linguistic diplomacy. So, we can disagree, we can teach them to disagree, but constructively. So, as I said, you have to be constructive, but you have to put your point ahead without being rude. So, to maintain professionalism while expressing a difference of opinion. Um, for instance, during my sessions, I teach strategies such as using softening of expressions. For example, you can say, I see your point, but I would like to suggest. Or you could say, I understand what you say, but what if? So you see, if you put your suggestion in the form of a question, it doesn't sound very aggressive. So here we use some softening strategies, you see, and we also teach them ways of framing disagreements as collaboration. For example, we could say, perhaps
Hmm.
we could look at it from a different angle, or maybe we could do that. What if we did that? So these are different phrases that we teach them to maintain the decorum, yet to provide,
Definitely.
uh, not to, just shy away from giving your opinion. It's very essential to put your idea ahead. but in an empathetic way.
Yeah.
And I also conduct different activities such as empathetic listening activities. I play different audios and videos to make them understand actually how to communicate in a professional context. And so,
Hmm.
especially
Being
when it comes to
disagree.
exactly. So, when it comes to, especially to the individuals who deal with clients or they handle client services, it's very important to teach them to conduct some simulation exercises, feedback simulation exercises, where they learn how to stay assertive yet polite. So business English becomes more than vocabulary and grammar. It becomes a complete framework of emotional intelligence. See, it doesn't allow you to be aggressive or emotional. So that's, I feel
Hmm.
like this really broadens the scope of language.
It is. I couldn't agree more. And a number of problems can be sought out by using professional business English rather than informal or real world communication English.
Exactly.
So
That's
there are
very
number of disputes if we use rude words or we are not polite or kind towards others, and we show it by our words and actions too.
That's very true. And especially if you come to, I mean, if you talk about Belgium, it's a melting pot. It is so culturally rich. We have individuals all around the world. So it has very essential to be culturally aware and to be aware of the values that individuals come from. So to avoid, making them uncomfortable or making them feel excluded.
Hmm. It's all about cultural lingualism, its
Yes,
sensitivity, or to balance between it, to just go through the smooth process.
exactly, exactly.
That's the thing. So, what would you like to say, overall, about the topic business English communication and real world communication? What's your idea relevant to it?
I feel like, as I said in the beginning, real world communication, it's a very broad field, and again, it has its different set of rules in which we work on language acquisitions. For example, when it comes for IELTS training, it has to be very broad, right? So, but when it comes to business language training, I personally enjoy it more because I feel like I learn more about the corporate sector, you know. So I feel like I would like to continue in this field because I was myself surprised and overwhelmed by the variety of circumstances and uh, the kind of issues that people in the business context face. And I feel like it has come somehow trained me as well to work in a professional environment. For example, I came across a trainee from the insurance industry, and I came to know about the kind of problems that she faces when she has to interact directly with the clients, the kind of cultural differences that she has experienced over the years when it comes to dealing with clients. And I personally had to train her in that context. So I feel like it was a very rewarding training. So I feel like business English, um, basically, it broadens the role of language much more than I expected as compared to real world communication.
Indeed, it is. I agree with that.
Yes.
So, you may just showcase your expertise or services along with your brief introduction there, as we missed at the beginning. Now you can.
All right. Okay. So I'm basically, my name is Lyla Aamir. I feel like it's quite late to tell that, but my name is Lyla, and I'm basically from Lahore. And I moved to Belgium about 4 years ago. And ever since I came here, I had been looking for jobs that required English in particular because I haven't learned Dutch as well. So I kept applying, and I was so surprised to see that institutions here were looking for professionals in English language. As you know, it's quite an international community that lives here. So the international companies are leaning more towards English as a language because it's an international language. So initially, it was really hard to find a job here, but then I embarked upon one of the institutions, and then ever since then I had been getting opportunities in various places in Belgium. So it has been a wonderful experience, and I feel like my skill as a language trainer has really developed, has really evolved over time, and I've learned that business English training goes far beyond language teaching. It's basically about shaping professionals who can connect and
Hmm.
collaborate and create impact across global teams, to I feel like it creates a kind of a cohesion. So I feel like it's being a business language trainer really puts you in a very impactful role, and I'm really loving what I'm doing.
Interesting. I really appreciate it. The efforts you are showing or the work you are doing, and still you are trying to grow. That's
Yeah, of course.
remarkable.
That's the key. I feel constant growth is the key, otherwise
It's challengeable
stagnation.
too, isn't it?
Sorry.
It's challengeable too to face number of things at the same time.
Yeah, it's quite challenging. I feel like the more you're challenged, the more you learn. So it has been, I would say it's particularly challenging when it comes to tailored made curriculum, because every
Hmm.
individual has a need set, has a requirement, have various requirements, and they really vary across different industries. So tailoring the curriculum is one of the most challenging things that I have personally faced, because the we also have to keep adapting to new skills. As you know, that AI has to be incorporated into everything nowadays. So I'm also continuously learning and I try to make my curriculum as advanced and as engaging as I can.
Tremendous. Okay. Is there any message which you would like to give to our audience,
Yes,
or
of
any
course.
feedback relevant to this podcast, especially?
I feel like this is a wonderful initiative that you have taken up personally. I went through some of your videos and I have personally learned so much about them, because um, when you get to know about uh, in language trainers in different countries, and we try to see the challenges that they face, and we try to connect with them, it really makes a community, and it really, we connect at so many levels. So I feel like it's a wonderful initiative that you have taken up, and learners like me, they learn a lot from what you are doing. So it's a great initiative taken up
It's
by
my
you.
pleasure.
And if I can personally do anything for your institution or your initiatives, I would love to be a part of it. And I'm really
Most
proud that
welcome,
this is
dear.
coming up
All
from my country, Pakistan.
yeah, it is. That is also surprising and honorable to me that you belong to my country. Our cities are different, but country is same.
Yeah, I'm glad
That's
that,
the pride of our country.
exactly. I'm glad that people like you are bringing this on an international front and representing Pakistan. That's wonderful.
Likewise, dear. As you are there in Belgium, but you are representing Pakistan,
It's a
so
pleasure for
it's
me.
in good words. So that's
Thank
really
you.
appreciable to me and for all of our Pakistanis.
Thank you very much. It means a lot.
Same here, dear. Wish you all the best, and I am really grateful to you that you joined my this live podcast for this hot trending topic.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I was so glad when you contacted me, and I was really looking forward to it. I'm sorry I was a little busy, so I delayed the responses on WhatsApp. And I was like, Sidra must be really angry at me.
No, no, I'm not. I'm really cooperative
Yeah, I
with
know,
the
I can
people
see that.
whom I work with
You're
because
very
it's all about
cooperative.
passion. It's not only
Exactly.
profession.
Exactly,
That
exactly. It's all about passion. That's wonderful and
if we are
great.
cooperative to others now, that is all about long-term planning or friendship or collaboration, you can say.
Exactly. That's very right. You have to be cooperative when it comes to such things.
So nice of you. Wish you all the
Thank you.
best, and I wish that we would be there for another topic as well in the
Of
future
course.
soon.
Of course, I would love to be a part of it in any webinar that you want me to be a part of. I would love to be a part of it.
Warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Sidra. It was
Okay,
very
dear.
nice meeting you and knowing you.
You are most welcome. It's my pleasure. Okay, audience, I hope this topic has been really fruitful or remarkable to all of you because it's all about today's era relevant to business English or real world communication. So, number of questions or queries would be clear to you. I wish you all the best. Would see you with the next topic with another guest and with Lyla Aamir as well in the future.
Sure,
Okay,
of course.
take care.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Same to you.